Hello friends and welcome to Out of Pocket. My name is Ryan, aka Ron, and today we have another dangerous disruption. But first, before we jump in, whether it's December 25th or not when you're watching this, Merry Christmas.
Dangerous disruption.
All right, before I jump in, let me explain the thumbnail a little bit. I'm really not trying to be clickbaity at all. I just went through a mental process with this deck, and when I got to the end of it, I was like, this deck is gross. This deck is disgusting. It's nasty. I'm not saying it's a top tier option, but the synergy in this deck is off the charts. It's pretty amazing. And as a disruptive enjoyer, of course, and that's kind of what I do here on the channel, I was like, I'm definitely making this. Now, this is hardly this deck has been very much discovered. People have made videos about it. There's other creators who are doing stuff. I think it's even a reasonable deck choice, off meta a bit, but a deck choice in the meta. It can counter a lot of things decently well. This might be one of the closer decks I get to doing that is actually not meta, but like almost meta. But anyway, let me explain my thought process briefly with this. When I first saw Ariados, if you look at my reaction from the latest set, I was like, okay, this is decent, it's not bad. New Ariados. This is definitely disruptive, but the question is it actually relevant disruption? Yeah, I'll have to consider it. Okay. So I might pair this with like Leafeon comes to mind. I'm just thinking of strong stage 1 grass Pokemon. Leafeon comes to mind. Yeah, I'll have to think about it. Definitely could be in the running for a deck next week. My first thought was, all right, it stops them from retreating. It's an ability, but I assumed you had to be active. So then I was like, okay, let me try a deck with it. So I built it with Leafeon at first. And I was like, okay, this deck just isn't that good. Like, stopping them from retreating just isn't a good enough ability. I'm planning to do more on this in the future, but there are some Pokemon that say they prohibit the opponent from retreating, like Kingdra or Arbok or Houndoom or whatever, or Galvantula. They say your opponent can't retreat, and this one's an ability, so it's better. But I was like, it doesn't say they can't retreat, but it says that basically it traps them, hence trap territory in the active spot for longer because it makes the retreat more expensive. So you probably have to have things like Celesteela or Greninja EX to get out of it. But basically, I played that deck with Leafeon, and I was like, this isn't very good. Like, it's just, it reminded me why I don't like the ability. Just basically make it harder for your opponent to retreat, because a lot of times your opponent might not want to retreat. They might just want to be in the active spot, and it literally does nothing. So I scrapped that deck. I was like, it's just not good. And then I heard Pocket Mads, I think it was him, say something about Whimsicott, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So then I got the deck together, and I was like, okay, how does this work exactly? Like, Whimsicott punishes things for having a greater retreat cost, but Ariados has to be active. And then I realized, oh, Ariados doesn't have to be active. It can be on the bench and their retreat cost is still higher. And then I was like, okay, well, how does that work with Whimsicott? Because it's your actual opponent's retreat cost. But then I was like, wait a minute, does this make the retreat cost more? And so I played the deck and I was like, oh my goodness, it does make the retreat cost more from the bench. And then I realized that they both stack. So you can have 2 Ariados on the bench, and it makes your opponent's retreat cost 20 more, or sorry, I'm thinking mathematically, 2 more retreat cost, which means Whimsicott is hitting for 60 more damage on the active. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is gross. And so I was super pumped to play this deck. I've played it a little bit. It's very good. It's not perfect. It's not, a top deck, but it's a darn good deck. And I really, really like good synergy, especially with disruption. So anyway, that was a long intro, but let's actually talk about the deck. All right, I really don't know what order PTCG Pocket is putting these cards in, so I may try to do a different deck builder at some point. But anyway, let's look at it. So we have 2 Copycat, 1 Leaf Cape, 1 Lyssia, 1 Pokeball, 2 Professor, 2 Quick Grow, 1 Rocky Helmet, 2 X Speed, and then 8 Pokemon. So the 2 Ariados with Spinark, and then 2 Cottony with Whimsicott. So very briefly, let's walk through. We have Copycat. I'm doing a 2 of in all my decks because I don't really have a ton of decks that draw cards otherwise, so Copycat's just really strong. Leaf Cape is to get over breakpoints. I'll plan to come back to this in a minute, but it's just to get over breakpoints, and there's a lot of relevant breakpoints around, 140 area. Lyssia, Pokeball, 1 of each. Originally, I had 2 Pokeball, but then I saw Lyssia in the deck, and I was like, oh yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense because the Spinark and the Cottony are both below 60, they're 50 or less, so I think it's correct to do 1 Lyssia and 1 Pokeball. 2 Professor, of course, 2 Quick Grow because Quick Grow is just disgusting in this deck. The Rocky Helmet is specifically for Oricorio because I think this deck has a difficult time dealing with Oricorio, but I'm not sold on Rocky Helmet. And then 2 X-Speed, I've just been doing that in pretty much every deck. I think all of my decks, it just helps me get what I want a lot more reasonably in the active spot, and on top of that, I can burn them if I need to for Copycat, and it helps me draw more cards. So I really like X-Speed. Let's look at Ariados real quick. It's 90 HP, 30 damage, 1 retreat, 1 cost. Its ability is the important part. It says trap territory. Your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 more, which again, in and of itself is not that good, but it synchronizes so well with Whimsicott EX, which was, I believe, from, what was it? I think it was Mega Rising. Yeah, it was from Mega Rising. It says 140 HP, 40 plus attack, 1 retreat, 2 cost, Grass Knot. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. And so each Ariados on the bench amplifies Whimsicott's attack by 30 damage. The second one does by 60. So it's a really strong combo. It's a lot of fun. Again, this deck, you know, it's not perfect. It's not top. The 2 spots I am debating in the deck right now are the Leaf Cape and the Rocky Helmet. I think you'll notice I don't have Sabrina or Cyrus. I think you could definitely argue Sabrina in this deck because it helps trap things in the active that don't want to be there, especially if you have Ariados on your bench. So I'm still tweaking potentially the Leaf Cape and Rocky Helmet slots depending, but I want to be able to deal with Oricorio well. The Leaf Cape does help with that too, and Sabrina could help as well. But regardless, I'm still thinking through those 2 spots in particular, but the deck is fun. I haven't played the games yet, but I'm guessing that they'll be enjoyable. So let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. We are doing the Emblem event gameplay of 1-2 games. You just have to win 9. I'm pretty sure it's not in a row. Again, I don't know why they're doing it that. Like, it's very attainable, but there's probably better competition in here. Maybe not, I don't know. But regardless, just plan to get the emblem. So let's play some games. The deck, if you saw, is called Whimsical Trap. Not very original, but I like it. Fire, our nemesis. Got a Lycia though, that's nice. Lycia in your opening hand is very good. Now, honestly, if this deck is Charizard, then I'm probably good. But if it's Blaziken stuff, especially going first. Entei doesn't tell us anything. All right, they didn't bench, okay. They didn't bench a Charmander, which is nice. Behold the power of Lycia. All right, the X speed could be really helpful. Cape, what, because I could do 30, 60, 90, 120. If I got both Ariados, but I can't because they're gonna kill one of them. Okay. All right, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here just to burn it so I can draw an extra card. And then we're gonna go here and draw 5. Behold the power of Copycat. Four, 5, okay, so, okay. I think we definitely go here. I think we definitely go here. Oh, that's actually really good because then I can survive a hit. And then we go here. We go here. And I should have used Quick Grow. All right, and then next turn, I one-shot if he attacks me because 30, 60, 90, 120, yeah. So, I mean, if he attacks me, it's probably just game over because I one-shot. Because again, this deck is gross. Please attack. Yep. Sayonara. And also, behold the power of X speed. This is why I run X speeds. You saw the one with Copycat. It helped me draw an extra card, and now you're seeing it here. I just really like X speed. It's fantastic. This is probably a good game. Yeah, I think they just rage quit. But we will plan to keep it in just to show you how, I mean, there's a lot of good examples in here of how strong everything was. The X speed, the copycat, obviously. And then just this deck in general, the Lycia, the quick grow, oh, they're back. Or did they rage? I mean, it really doesn't matter. I think they rage quit. Nope, they're still alive, but not for long. Yeah, it was a mistake to not play the quick grow. I should have just burned it, because now I can't play it anymore that I've evolved everything. And you just don't want extra cards in your deck in case your opponent hand disrupts you or, you know, whatever. You just don't want extra cards in your hand. I mean, I think there's like no way they can win this game. I think it's actually unwinnable, because right now I'm doing, what, 30, 60, 90, 130 to this Charmander. So I'm like, and if they evolve into Charizard, it's just totally irrelevant. That would just, yeah. It just doesn't matter. I mean, I'm one-shotting an Entei for crying. I'm one-shotting literally anything they put out except Charmander or Charizard, but there's no way they can get enough energy. And even if they do, I'm two-shotting it. So I think there's absolutely nothing they can do. They're just playing. Sure, hit me. As the Joker said in The Dark Knight.
Hit me.
Alright, we'll just end your pain. Goodbye. Take 160. This deck is gross. Alright, let's go again. Top 10,000. How about that? For anyone keeping track, I did finally reach Master Ball because they made it super accessible last season. We like second. We like dark. We like both of these things. And we like quick grow extract. We are in a good spot. Ooh, and Lycia. Oh, I don't really want it to pick off my bench Pokemon, but I'm also kind of like, this hand is just extremely good. We'll see if they put anything down. Okay. Hydreigon. Okay. So I think we'll just let him attack. I'm going to burn this to disincentivize them from disrupting my hand because it's extremely good. I mean, if they have X-Speed, Rare Candy, and Hydreigon, we're in trouble. But ideally, they don't have that. Okay. They have part 1. Too bad I don't have Cyrus if they do their ability. It probably doesn't matter though, unless they have a red. If they have a red copycat, they're probably looking for X-Speed, Absol. If they have the X-Speed, man, that's just tough. Like, good for you. Congrats. Nope. Good. They should go after Cottony. They don't go after Cottony. Okay, sure. And Leaf Cape. I mean, we're just cooking right now. Are we gonna go there? We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. And I'm wondering if I should cape or if I should do the Cottony. I think I should. I'm gonna save it just in case I need to, like, I don't know, if they Sabrina or something. I don't want them to have 2 free points. And I might want the other Ariados if I happen to draw Spin Arc, and they're probably not going to disrupt 1 card in my hand, so I'll just hold on to it for a second. I don't really need anything right now. I mean, if they just swing at me, then I'll just kill and then, you know, have the other Whimsicott ready. Yeah, so I'm like, because I'm doing what, 30, 60, 90, yeah, I'm ending this thing, so, okay. Okay, so Spin Art goes down. I don't think... I'm doing what? A lot. I mean, I think we just extract this thing. Now, because now I have the Spin Arc as like a Sabrina target, and I don't need the damage, so I think we just send it. Yeah, I mean, going second, especially into a dark deck, I'm like, this, it's just so strong. I mean, it's just one-shotting everything. Especially if I can get the second Ariados. 7 cards in deck. Yeah, good game. It's strong, man. It's a very strong deck, especially it looks like in the Pocket Mats tournament, there's a lot of Hydreigon Absol, so I would see Whimsicott doing pretty decent into Hydreigon Absol. Obviously, I just did well. I went second, I drew what I needed, but I think, yeah, I still got to consider the Sabrina. I think I would do Sabrina over Cyrus in this deck, actually, because the Whimsicott is just hitting things so hard that if you can trap him inactive and you're two-shotting everything pretty much, as long as you have an Ariados or two. Yeah, so I think Sabrina might be really good. All right, going second again into fire. All right, if we can again draw the Whimsicott or the Cottony and into Whimsicott, then we're cooking. They don't put down the Charmander. That is once again relevant. So we're getting some good draws at the moment. All right, we get the Cottony. I think we'll just helmet here because I'm retreating. So I'm gonna retreat here. Again, I'm gonna copy. Well, I might actually use the retreat. I probably will, but I'm partly burning it just to get an extra card. Again, part of the power of X speed. 2, 3, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's really good. All right, if they don't disrupt my hand, this is again probably over, right? Because it'd be 30, 60, 90. And this extra 20 could be relevant. So if they put nothing down here, then the game's over. Or if they don't disrupt my hand, the game's over. Looking for something. Good game. Guys, this deck is gross. It's I mean, I'm showing off some, fortunate gameplay, if you will. Like, this isn't going to be every time, but I mean, this deck is just good. So bye bye, see ya. This deck is good. That was the first 3 in a row right there, so no cuts yet. I usually in my videos now try to put 3 wins and a loss to try and, put a loss in there for the realistic, but I mean, maybe we'll do some extras here because those were quick games. And that was just the first 3. Now, if this is a good loss, then maybe we'll cut it, but you've already seen kind of the power of this deck immediately. I second again. I mean, we're getting good rolls, so this is not always real life, but we're getting good rolls. Okay, this might be Melmetal Ori, which actually is where the helmet could come in handy. Yeah, this is probably, I'm guessing this is the whatchamacallit? Okay, I can't quite kill the Onyx, even if I get the Ariados online. They're probably just sacrificing this Onyx. Okay. We're gonna quick grow just to get a card out of deck. I wish I had another bench right now. I'm bricking a little bit, so at least we're getting more of a realistic game. Not that the others weren't, but this is, a little bit more realistic. They haven't played a Brock yet, which is helpful. Rocky helmet. Okay. Okay. Leaf cape can get me. Okay, so I mean, this is just so bad, but I mean, I guess I go ahead and play this. I'll just go ahead and play this, just in case I don't draw anything. I mean, I could leave it trapped in the active, but I can two-shot this Onyx if they happen to not evolve. Wait, does Brock just... I might have just messed... No. Does Brock just give them an energy so they could go Brock and then... So I probably shouldn't have killed that, to be honest. That was probably a mistake. Okay, copycat, good. All right, let's go X speed. X speed, let's get some bench down here. Copycat, give me some cards. I probably shouldn't have killed the Onyx because I think if they had the Brock and the Melmetal there, then they could have just won, but I need to look that up. Alright, so we're gonna go here. And we'll just take this thing out. I can probably do plenty of damage with just one Ariados. So we'll just go ahead and get the point. Yeah, I probably should have kept that Onyx alive, to be honest. That was a bit risky, because I was really bricking hard at the beginning. There's a good chance I draw a Whimsicott next turn, which I now need. But my base damage is 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. They do have the helmet. With one Ariados, it's 150, 190, so it's 170 base damage. So basically, I just need to draw Whimsicott here, and the game is probably over. I mean, that's helpful. Do I have another quick grow? Yeah. Oof, okay. Well, that stinks. Dang. Alright, let's go here. I still have a chance. Let's go here. Let's go here. I mean, there's almost a 100% chance I draw a Whimsicott next turn, which is probably enough to win the game. And they can't retreat. If they have Sabrina, I'm cooked. Okay, I think 30, 60, 90, 120, 160. Plus that 20 is helpful. So I'm still doing 140 damage. So I think I'm good. As long as I draw Whimsicott, which again is highly probable. Lycia is useless. Alright, we'll thin a card if I have it. Yeah, I mean, this is 100% because I have 2 in my deck. So, in my last 3 cards, I'll do that just to get it out of my deck so we're clear. There's literally no point in me putting down the Cottony because that just gives them an out. Okay, so I'm doing 140, so I'm like, oh, true, because they take minus 20. I mean, if they have a Lily, I'm cooked. PCL is not enough. I still do 120, so that should be game. If I did my math right, that's game. 160, yeah, I'm doing 120. So like, I probably made multiple mistakes in that game, probably, and I still won. Like, yes, it's Melmetal, so it has an absurd retreat cost, which helps me get away with that. But like, I mean, this thing is just so powerful. I'm trying to go until I get a loss. I guess that could have been the loss, but it wasn't. All right, first. That generally bodes not as well. Though it's okay with Spin Arc. Okay, Zera, sure. Well, I'm surviving at least 1 turn. That's useful. Okay. I mean, no, I need to save that because if they have Ori, I might need that. I do have a copycat. I can't really offload stuff right now, so it might not be that useful. Jolteon, okay. Ori, yeah, okay, this might be tricky. This might be tricky. The Ori's gonna be tough. Okay, let's go Professor. I should have quick growed first. Let's go quick grow. I guess we'll just put the helmet on. Like, if the helmet was Sabrina instead, I'd probably use Sabrina there, but then they probably just give me Eevee. I mean, because they can just bring in Jolteon. I don't know why they would, but they could. Cyrus also could be useful. I mean, I'm just hard breaking on cards right now. 20. Boogie Ball, helpful, thank you. Okay, let's go here, here. I mean, I have to attack. I'm probably in a lot of trouble, to be honest, because they'll just put an Oricorio and then, yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. Kill Cottony, that's unfortunate. This is not looking good. Still have a lot of useful cards in my deck. Like that. Here. I mean, I have to have a Whimsicott to deal with the Jolteon potentially. But if they put in Ori, then what? Then I have to draw my other Ariados soon? I mean, 30, 60... See, this is where, okay, I maybe need a Cyrus here, or Sabrina. Still have one Spinarch. Yeah, because they're prepping Ori. Did I use my cape? No, okay, good. Alright, so we're going... How many cards in deck? 4 in deck. Okay, so we're gonna go... let me think. 1, 2, 3... Okay, so let's burn that. X speed. Pokeball. Still have a Pokeball. X speed. Whimsicott. Copycat. They probably have a Cyrus. They're just gonna Cyrus me, aren't they? No, I'll just put it down. Okay, so we'll just put down the Spinarch. And we'll hit him for 70, which is not... They're gonna put an Ori. And then I just have to put in Spinarch, which is... And I have to find my Leaf Cape as well. Geo. Okay. See, this is where Cyrus would win me the game. But, alright, I mean, I have to go there. I think this game's a loss, so we get our loss finally. Not really sure what to do about Ori, to be honest. Because I can't swing because they just win. Yeah, I mean, I have to retreat, obviously, but they probably have Cyrus. And then we swing at Ori. See, this is where the helmet... Why did I sacrifice the helmet? I think I had it because I was trying to get cards. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, good game. And then they'll go into Jolteon. And I concede. So yeah, that is... I'm not sure what to do about Oricorio. This deck it's definitely not strong against Ori, so there I'm like, okay, the helmet didn't actually help me there. Like, Leaf Cape is kind of helpful, but I did draw really weird, so that's part of it. Some games you just lose because you draw weird, and I definitely drew weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to solve the Ori problem, and, you know, I don't know how relevant Ori is going to be, but I need an answer for it, so I think Cape is decent, or Cape and Helmet are decent, but you could definitely argue Cyrus. You could definitely argue, oh wow, they're giving a lot of stuff. You could definitely argue a Sabrina. So I'm gonna have to think that over, and see what the meta is first. But yeah. Anyway, there we go. That's the deck. All right, friends, again, ideally that was enjoyable for you. That showcased some of the power of Whimsicott, but some of the weakness too. I think Oricorio namely is a weakness. I know some people are running Kartana to help deal with Ori. I'm not looking to run a different Pokemon. I'm just wanting to run these 8. So I'm gonna have to figure out a little different solution. I think the helmet could be worth it, but yeah, it's going to be a bit of a problem I'm going to have to think through. So again, anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas again. My family and I are celebrating the birth of our Savior Jesus. So it's a special time of year. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'll plan to see you next week if you want for another heuristics help. Later.